Okay, so I think that too many people using this internet based on everyone is home. For some reason, it keeps tripping off and on and off and on and off and on. But doesn't matter. We're just gonna do this stuff anyway. All right, so let me stop my video. I think that's what causes it. Okay, so if you can hear and see my screen okay, please drop a 1 and then let's just get through with this stuff. If you can hear me and then see my screen okay now, drop some ones in the chat box real quick. Guys, is it perfect now? Is it okay now? Is it fine now? Okay, awesome. All right, so guys, this is Tradingview. For those of you that are brand new, never seen this stuff before, nothing to worry, nothing to be scared about. This is just what we use to analyze trades. This is what we use to find our entries and do most of this technical stuff. And that's where that's how we make the money. And that's literally how the educators, do the same stuff, and then they call out the signals for you. So pay attention here to what I'll be showing you guys, okay? So how to set up your own trading view, just go to tradingview.com. Go to tradingview.com. Let me drop in the chat box. Tradingview.com. Try to set up your own account so that you have your own account, so that when you do your own analysis, you can save your analysis, you can send it to your mentor to help you look them up if they're good or not, and it aids your learning. Okay, so go to tradingview.com, try to set up your own TradingView account so that you can always do your own analysis. Okay, so I'm going to delete everything here and then just assume that this is a brand new trading view that was just set up. Okay, if you're on the launch call, you're going to literally see how to set up your candles. It's the same thing as your MetaTrader 4, nothing is different. But I'm going to show you guys how to add tools on TradingView. Okay, I already have my tools right here, and Bami went through how to add these tools. But if you're not on the call, maybe you don't remember, all the tools that you need on TradingView, they're on the left side. Okay, so if you can see my arrow right here, everything that you need for your analysis, how to calculate your pips and everything, is on the left side. Okay, so what you want to do is, instead of having to come here every time and picking the tools, you want to make them your favorite tools, just the way I have them right here. Okay, just the way I have it in the middle right here. You want to make those tools your favorite tools, because you know that these are the tools that you're going to be using every time. Okay, so should I delete mine? No. Okay, so when you come here, you don't need too many tools, right guys? TradingView is very user friendly, but still you don't need too many things. You don't need to make your chart look too serious before you know that you start trading. No, nothing like that. Keep everything as simple as possible. Very, very simple. When you keep it as simple as possible, it helps you, really gain balance, because sometimes when things become too much, it just makes everything, it makes you go crazy. Okay, so all the tools that you need, you would get them from your basic education. So when you want to draw stuff like your support resistance, your trend lines, all of that stuff, right? You can get everything. So you have your trend line here. For those of you who want to use trend line for your analysis, all you have to do is click on this, and then it's going to, if I remove this right now, but if I click on it and I make it my favorite, it's going to appear right here. Okay, so my horizontal line, I hope you guys are writing this stuff down so that you can do this stuff on your own. Your horizontal line, you're going to use it for your support and resistance, so you want to make that your favorite as well. And then your arrow for your arrow for maybe where you're expecting the market to go. I like to use that, so you can make your arrow a favorite as well, right? So those are three tools that I use here. Okay, so If you're someone who likes to use Fibonacci, or maybe you've gone through the aspect where you know how to use Fibonacci, you can make Fibonacci your own favorite tool. For me, I don't really use it as much right now, so I'm going to take it off mine. But if you use it, just come here and then click on add to favorite. It's going to appear in your favorite toolbar. Okay, so that's what you want to do. Okay, now for your text, maybe for your own understanding, maybe you want to write out areas of support resistance for your own visual view or your own visualization to make things easy for you to see. And maybe, like I said, you want to send it to your mentor to to help you look at it and tell you if it's correct or not. You want to use text, so you can make text your a favorite as well. Balloon, anything that really works for you. Okay, anything that works for you. Tradingview is very user friendly, so you can play around Tradingview and do stuff, for your own understanding. But for me, like I said, I like to keep it very simple. So these are some of the things that I use. Okay, so text, I have my text here. I always use text. What else? What else? Okay, that's literally most of the tools that I have here. Okay, I think I have okay. Um Okay, so I also use rotated rectangle. I use that to draw my zones. Then I also use this tool as well, just for zones. I'm going to show you guys how to use them and what they really help me to do, right? So these are the tools that you want to um, make your favorite. You can make the brush your favorite just in case you want to clean out something, you know. So these are the tools that I use. So all you have to do is come to the left side of this Tradingview and you can always make any tool that you like your favorite. Okay, so I'm not going to spend so much time on that. And then also for people that don't know how to calculate pips or don't like calculating pips the way that it's being taught in the academy, you can use this tool right here, this thing that looks like a ruler. You can use it to measure your pips. Okay, so that's for those people who don't like math, who say stuff like I don't like to do 0.00 point da 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 plus whatever. So you can use this ruler tool. You can use it to actually calculate your pips. I'm going to show you guys how to do that as well. Also, if you want to zoom your chart, this is a zoom tool. You can zoom in your chart and then you can also zoom out. Okay, so those are the tools that I use on Tradingview to really navigate to really do my analysis, and then they'll be helping me out for months. I mean, they've been helping me out a whole lot. And these are the tools that the educators use as well to do their own analysis. Like I said, stay very close to your live class. Stay very close to your live class. You want to make that your Netflix for this season, guys. Don't sit down in your house watching Netflix and not gaining value. Turn your go live session to your new Netflix. Okay, gain value, make some money, become a beast trader this season. Okay, all right. So now that I have my tool here, I'm going to go over support resistance with you guys. I'm going to go over trend lines. Let me write it down. I don't want to share screen again. Okay, so I'm going to go over support. Okay, so I'm going to go over support and resistance. I'm going to go over trend lines. I'm going to go over price action, and then I'm going to go over stop loss and take profit. Okay, when it comes to calculating pips, like I said, if you want to know the very basic way of doing it, go to your academy, go to your, I think, Forex 100 level, 200 level. You'll be right there. You can learn the manual way of calculating pips, or you can use this tool on Tradingview to calculate your pips. Okay, so this is everything that I'll be going over. I hope that you guys have your pen and paper, write out the stuff, and then really know how you can apply them in your chart, right? So that you can start doing your own analysis as on the side while you take the signals. Very important. Be a signal provider for yourself. Take the signals from an expert. Okay, that's what you want to do, right? So first thing I'll go over is your support resistance. This is a very key area. You should pay attention here. because once you know how to draw this stuff, once you know how to identify this stuff in the market, you're good to go, right? You're already set up. It makes life very easy. If you're jumping on Luke and Kim's session, you understand what I'm talking about, right? Shout out to Luke and Kim. Okay, so support and resistance, I mean, like I like to explain it, very, very simple. Just wherever you are right now, you're probably in your house. Almost everyone is in their house except me right now. Okay, so support resistance, if you're in your house right now, you know that you have a ceiling, excuse me, and then you also know that you have a floor, right? That's how simple it is. From the academy, support resistance can also be known as your floor and your ceiling. Very, very simple stuff. All you need to do is try to ask yourself, which is up, which is down. Very simple, right? The ceiling is up, right? That's your resistance. The floor is down. That's your support. Simple stuff. Yeah, I should be able to share the recording after, Michelle. Okay, so just try to, use your house. Whenever you're trying to understand what support resistance is, don't beat yourself. Okay, just tell yourself, my house, right? My ceiling and my floor. What's my ceiling? My ceiling is my resistance. My floor is my support. Now, what does that mean in literal term, right? Let me start with support. Like I said, the floor is your support, right? So the floor is giving you as a human being support, right? So it's keeping you above a certain level, right? So that means it's giving you support. So see yourself as price. Everything in this chart right now, all these candles that you see here, they're what we call price action, right? They're all prices, right? At certain level, the market was at a certain price and stuff like that. Now, how would you know at what point it is a ceiling, at what point it is if it's a floor? Very simple stuff. All you need to identify is at what point is price above and at what point is price below. Very simple. So put it in your head. My support is my floor, my resistance is my ceiling, right? I'm going to say over and over again so it sticks in your head. My support is my floor and my ceiling is my resistance. Okay, so you know that the support is your floor, it's helping you to stay above, right? And then your resistance is your ceiling, is keeping you below, right? Very, very simple stuff. All you need to know is my support is my floor, my resistance is my ceiling, right? My resistance is my ceiling, my support is my floor, right? And you, as a human being, you're going to call yourself price, okay? So if Olive is on the call, Michelle is price, Olive is price, right? So the floor is keeping Olive above, and then the ceiling, which is a resistance, is keeping Michelle below, right? Very, very simple stuff. Like I said, don't beat yourself if this is complicated. Just try to be very, very simple about how you see things. Very simple. Okay, so how to now identify it in the market is what you need to now know how to identify it and how they're going to help you place trades, how they're going to help you buy or sell. Guys, everything we do in this market is we're just doing two things. We're either buying or we're either selling. Well, actually, three things. We're either buying, selling, or doing nothing. Okay? We're either buying, selling, or doing nothing. Okay? So when to buy is what I'm going to show you. When to sell is what I'm going to show you. Now, for you to actually identify support and resistance in the market, it's very simple, very, very simple stuff. All you need right now is your horizontal line. For you to draw support resistance, you need your horizontal line. Remember, I got my horizontal line from here, right here. Yeah, this one, and I made it my favorite. So I have my horizontal line right here. So if I drag my horizontal line, I just drop it anywhere in the chat box. Right now, it makes no sense. It's not a support, it's not a resistance, okay? It's just in the chat box, right? It's just the line. Okay, now how to identify if it's a support or resistance, or support or resistance is at what level is this line at, right? At what level is this line at? Do I still have everyone on the call? If we're all like on the same page, drop a one in the chat box. Because I don't have my video, I just feel like, but I want to be sure that I have everyone on the call. If we're together, drop a one. All right, awesome. Okay, so like I said, this line right here makes no sense if it's not identified as an area. It makes no sense if it's not identified as a level. It makes no sense if you can't tell if it's support. It makes no sense if you can't tell if it's resistance. But the question is, how do I know, right? Very simple stuff. I keep saying it's simple because I want you guys to know and feel that it's simple. Remember, I told you from the beginning, what you say to yourself is very important, right? It's going to help you really, make this stuff simple. Or if you're saying it's hard, it's going to be hard, right? So this is very, very simple. Okay, so now that I have this line, you guys can see I have a yellow line right here. The first thing you want to do is drop this line at current market price. Okay, if you guys can see, this is where the market is right now. Let me do this. Okay, the market right now is at 132,106. I mean, it keeps fluctuating anyway, right? So what you want to do is drop that line at the exact point that price is. Remember, when you're doing this analysis, the reason why you're doing this analysis is you want to know if you want to buy or if you want to sell, right? That's the point. So it doesn't make sense if you just drop this on top or like below. It doesn't make sense. Why it doesn't make sense is because at this point where market is right now, is it okay for me to buy? Is it okay for me to sell? That's the question that you're asking yourself at the point where you're opening this chart. So this line to help you know and help you do your analysis is one of your confirmations if you want to, you know if you want to buy or if you want to sell. Okay. Now, let me go over something real quick. If you guys know, we have what we call time frames. Okay, let me just run over that real quick. Time frames, just tell you how many hours it takes for any candle to form in the chart, right? So everything you're seeing in the chart right now is they're called candles. Okay, so what we have here, if everyone can see this, we have 5M means 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours, daily, weekly, and monthly. What that means is if I switch this guy to 5 minutes, it means every candle in this chart takes 5 minutes to form. Okay, if I switch to 15 minutes, it means every candle that you see in this chart takes 15 minutes to form. So after 15 minutes is over, another candle will start. That's what it means. Okay, so for 30 minutes, it means every candle here takes 30 minutes to form, right? So right here you can see it was formed at 9, the next one 9:30, the next one 10, and the next one 10:30. So every candle here takes 30 minutes to form. Okay, so if I switch to 1 hour, it means every candle here takes 1 hour to form. And then it goes on like that, 4 hour, daily, weekly, and it goes on and on and on. Can this Tradingview work on smartphones? Yes, you can have Tradingview on smartphones. Just download the app. Make sure that you're signed in because everything that you do here, you can save it and it's the same exact thing you're going to have on your phone. Same exact thing you're going to have on your phone. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to, and I already went over time frame. Does everyone understand what time frames mean? Does everyone understand what time frames are? Do you understand what time frame is? Because you need that education, you need that understanding for trading. You need that understanding for trading. Okay, so awesome. So everyone understands what time frames are. Awesome. So when I'm saying 4 hours, when I'm saying 1 hour, you're not like, what does 1 hour mean? You already understand what it means. Okay. Now, so I told you guys, wow, this is like a good trade. Okay, awesome. So like I told you guys, you're going to be using your horizontal line to identify your support and resistance. Remember, we're still on support and resistance. I'm going to spend more time on support and resistance because it's the key for me, right? If you know that the others are like secondary, okay? If you know your support resistance, the others are secondary. All right, so what you want to do is when you open your chart, you want to do what we call top-down analysis. Please, guys, write this down. Very important. Make sure that you're taking notes. Very, very important. you want to do what we call top-down analysis. As the name implies, you're going from top to bottom. You're going from top. Top means higher time frames like your monthly, your weekly, your daily, and then you're going down to smaller time frames to bottom, your 1 hour, your 30 minutes, your 15 minutes, and the likes. Yeah, of course I'm going to do that, Kalada. I'm still explaining. All right. So you're going to do what we call top-down analysis. Like I said, top-down analysis means you're doing your analysis from the top using the higher time frames, and then you're gradually going down to smaller time frames so that you can find your entries. Does that make sense to everyone? Do we understand what top-down analysis mean? Let me even drop it in the chat. Let me drop it in the chat. Does everyone understand what top-down analysis is? Time frame, daily, start from weekly. Weekly, daily. Okay. When we talk about time frame, like the weekly, day, to down or lower time frame, like the H4, do H4, H1, 30 minutes, and 15 minutes. I think that's the most you should go. Okay. So if everyone can see this, make sure that you're taking it down in your notes so that you can go over the stuff again. Okay, so that's what top-down analysis means. So when you open your chart, you want to start your analysis from like the daily, okay? Then you start working down, going down to maybe your 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. Okay, let me see the chat box. No, please explain again. I already dropped the basic explanation in the chat. Can everyone understand from what I dropped? Do you understand now? That's why I explained time frames first. Top-down analysis mean you're going from your higher time frame to a lower time frame. So you're going from like the daily time frame, the weekly time frame, and then you do your analysis down to the smaller time frame. Amaka and Queen, does that make sense? Amaka and Queen. Okay. So right now I'm on the weekly time frame. As you can see right here, this is 1 week. So I'm on the weekly time frame. So I'm going to start doing my analysis from here, and then I'll go gradually to the 15 minutes or 30 minutes. That's where I find my entries. I'm showing you guys how I take my own trades, how I do my analysis, right? People have different strategies. I'm showing you guys my own strategy and how I take my own trades. Okay. Queen and Amaka, I hope that you guys, understand top-down analysis from what I wrote down here. So just put it down in your notes. When I share the recording, you can watch it again and re-listen to this stuff. Okay. All right, awesome. Okay, so like I said, this is the weekly time frame, and I'm going to show you guys from here how to draw your support resistance, because from the higher time frame, it makes more sense, right? In fact, if you're able to trade from the higher time frames, you have more accurate entries than your smaller time frames. You have more accurate entries than smaller time frames, right? But it just takes patience, and I know that a lot of people struggle with patience, so that's why people do smaller time frames. But your higher time frames will show you more of what's happening. Okay, now if you've been jumping on live sessions, or maybe you've heard from the academy, the market will always repeat itself. It will always do what it has done in the past. There's nothing new happening in the market, trust me. Whatever you see has happened before, right? So if you want to know what's going to happen in the future, you have to look to the past. In the market, you have to look to the past and see what has happened in the past. Okay, now remember this line It was useless at the point where I dropped it, right? But what you want to do is you want to drop it at current market price. Like I said, you want to know if it's a good time to buy at the point where you're looking at the market, or if it's a good time to sell at the point where you're looking at this market. Okay. All right. So based on what I'm seeing here, this doesn't make any sense, right? At this point, it's in the middle. It doesn't make any sense. But guys, if I drop this guy here, it makes more sense. Now I'm going to show you guys what I mean by when I say it makes more sense. This has shown me that this area that the market reversed had happened in the past. Now, remember I said Michelle, I used Michelle as an example. I said Michelle is like price. So let's say that Michelle, sorry to use just an example, but let's assume that this green candle right here is Michelle, right? So Michelle is price. And then this red candle as well is like Olive. Olive is also price. Now, can you see that this yellow line right here, these two candles, these prices are resting on this line? Can everyone see that? You can see that drop of one, because I want you guys to understand how support and resistance works. It's very simple, but I want you guys to have like visual understanding. I want you guys to see these things, like see them physically, so that you don't, it just makes more sense, right? You don't have to overanalyze and overlook at the market. From just plain looking at it, you can already tell what's going on. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm seeing some very good responses. I'm very, very happy you guys are following. I got some very good people on the call. All right, so you guys can see that, these guys are resting on this price level. But guess what, guys? It didn't just happen, just like that. Okay? It didn't just happen like that. It has done this in the past. Remember, I said for you to know what's going to happen in the future, you have to look to the past of the market. Okay, so can you guys see right here that, price was resting on this level? Can anyone tell me what this line is right now? Remember, I said your floor is where price is resting on. That's your support. Your floor, your support, they all mean the same thing, right? They all mean the same, right? Can you see that this is resting on this line? Is this support or resistance? I want to know if you guys really understand this stuff. Price right here is resting on this line. Is this your support or your resistance? I'm going to give a shout out to the first person. All right, shout out to you, Ekene. All right, awesome, awesome. Shout out to you, Ade, as well. You guys are really getting this stuff. This is a support because price is sitting on this level. Okay, price is sitting on this level. I want you guys to understand this so that when you start to see some things happen in the market, you can know what you want to do next. Okay, now like I said, go back to the past. Can you guys see right here? Can you see this as well? Can everyone see this right here? Can you see that, the market isn't doing anything strange? It's happened here once, it's happened here twice, it's happening again, right? Can everyone see this? You guys understand this stuff? Are you surprised why this guy is going up? Are you surprised? Are you surprised why this is going up right now? Talk to me, guys. Talk to me. Talk to me. Are you surprised why this guy reversed at this level? Also, Michelle, no surprises, right? Because based on what has happened here the first time, price got to this level, reversed, got to this level, reversed, got to this level, reversed. So we can call this area a very strong level of support. Let me write this out for you guys. Okay. This is a very strong level of support, right? Another strong level of support right here. Okay, just in case you don't understand support resistance, I'm giving you guys the simplest terms, and I hope you guys are getting this stuff. Absolutely awesome, Dami, thank you. The past will always give you a good prediction of the future, so you have to always look at the past. And it's always good when you're using the higher time frames, like your weekly time frame, your monthly time frame, your daily time frame. They're very, very good, right? Very, very good. Okay, so this is your support, another level of support right here. Okay, very simple stuff. Very, very simple stuff. So I think support is clear for everyone. All right, so I'm going to drag my horizontal line again and then drop it, somewhere around here. Okay, yeah, somewhere around here. Okay, let me drag this up. All right, can you guys tell me what's happening here? Let me draw it out for you guys. Like I said, I like you guys to see this stuff, very simple, with your, your clear eyes. You don't need no indicators to tell you what's going on right here. I want you guys to drop this in the chat. Let me know what you can see. Can you see your levels? What areas am I drawing out? You guys let me know in the chat box. What area am I drawing out here? Because once you guys can get this stuff, you're good to go. Let me give a shout out to the first person. Resistant, yeah, thank you so much, Bright. Yes, resistance, awesome. What does it mean? I mean, as the name implies, is resisting price from breaking up. When price gets here, it fails to break up. When price gets here, failed, same thing, failed, right? If you saw it at this level, right, you won't be surprised that it came down, because at this level, when price got here, came down. At this level, when price got here, came down. At this level, came down. At this level, came down. So for instance, let's say you opened your chart and then this is what you saw, right? You saw that the candle was here, right? You're going to expect, based on what has happened in the past, that it will drop. Does this make sense to you guys? Right? Let me write this out. Okay, resistance. Does this make sense to you guys? Taking our time to really explain this stuff to you so that, it just makes it simple, I think. Awesome. So we can see resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. Okay. Now we've identified these areas. We've identified that this area is a very strong point. Now I've done my top analysis. I told you guys you're going to do what we call top-down analysis. You'll be going to smaller time frames, gradually going to smaller time frames. Remember, everything that I drew is still valid. It's still valid. It's just that when you go down to smaller time frames, you're going to see more candles, because it takes days for candles here to form. So you're going to see more candles here than you would see in. Sorry, I don't have cutlery. Okay, awesome. Okay, so everything that I drew on the higher time frame is still very valid, very, very, very valid, right? You're just going to why you do top-down analysis, because like I said, people don't have the patience to wait for weeks for candles to form. So you want to take your trades within the day, so you have to go down to your smaller time frames. It just makes it easier for you. All right, so the daily is okay. I don't need to do anything on the daily. 4 hours. Guys, can you see that I'm going gradually? I'm going to smaller time frames. That's your top-down analysis, just in case you didn't understand before, right? That's your top-down analysis. So I went from the top, I went from the weekly. I'm gradually going to my smaller time frames. Okay. Now, based on what I saw in the weekly time frame, I'm overall going to be looking out for a buy because of what happened, right? Overall, I'll be looking for a buy, but I mean, it doesn't mean that, thank you. It doesn't mean that's what the market is going to do. Remember, you're not the key player of the market. The market is always going to do what it wants to do. But based on what has happened in the past, 1 here, 2, 3, right? For you to confirm that a support is a valid support or resistance is a valid resistance, it has to have more than 2 to 3 touches, right? When it has 2 to 3 touches, it's very valid. When I say 2 to 3 touches, I mean 1, 2, 3. This is a third time. Third time, this guy is reversing. So overall for GJ, wow. So coincidentally, I'm looking at GJ. I didn't even notice, right? GJ used to be my favorite pair, right? So overall, I'm looking for a buy on GJ based on what I saw on the higher time frame, right? But I can't enter because I haven't seen anything. I don't have my confirmations. That my confirmations are not complete, right? So you've identified your support resistance. That's one confirmation. Remember, for you to take any trade, you should have about 2, 3, 4, 3 to 5 literally confirmations. Okay. Now, okay, so let me use the higher time frame to also explain trend lines to you guys. Now, when you guys hear trend lines, when you hear downtrend or when you hear uptrend, what it simply means is the market going up or is the market coming down? So if the market is going up, it's called an uptrend. If the market is coming down, it's called a downtrend. Okay, the market is going up, it's called an uptrend. If the market is going down, it's called a downtrend. Now, when the market is going up, you're going to see series of higher highs and higher lows. When you see the market always do something like this. Let me draw this out for you guys. Right, this is what a typical market should look like. Stuff like this. Can you guys see that this is going up? Oops. Okay, this is what a typical, this is what we think, this is what we pray that the market looks like every time. But sometimes the market is just like acting funny. But when you see series of higher highs and higher lows, this is your uptrend, right? So if you're looking to buy or you're looking for a typical uptrend, this is what the market should look like. Okay, so with what I have here, I'm going to pick my trend line. Remember, I got the trend line from my tool right here. Where's that one? Yeah, this is your trend line. For those of you wondering where I got the trend line from, this is where you get your trend line. You can make it your favorite and then just pick it out. So I have my trend line. Now, for you to draw your trend line, just identify 2 key points in the market. Just draw it. It's very simple. Just identify the first area, right? Connect it with the second one, and then you've identified, that it's an uptrend. Does this make sense to you guys? You don't need to have a perfect trend line. You don't need to draw a perfect trend line. Just identify 2 key points, and then connect them. Do you guys understand this? Where are my people? Is it just Michelle that understands? Lawson? Okay, Amaka. All right, awesome. All right, awesome. All right, so that's a very simple way to draw your trend line. This is an uptrend, very easy. Just identify a series of higher highs, excuse me, and higher lows. That's your uptrend, and then just pick out your trend line tool. Connect to 2 points. You don't need to find the perfect one. Just connect 2 points to be sure that this guy is going up. If your trend line is looking like this, it doesn't make sense. That's not an uptrend. Make sure that you're able to connect 2 points, right? If you're able to connect 2 points successfully, then this is an uptrend. Okay, now for a downtrend, you would see something like this. My stuff is almost full. All right, for a downtrend, I'm going to try my best to try this out. Downtrend. Okay, so for your downtrend, you see something like this. Hang on, sorry guys. I always have a problem with drawing this downtrend. Oh my god. Let me delete this one. Okay, awesome. All right, so you see, oops. Okay, so you're going to see something like this. Okay, my downtrend is always funnier than the uptrend. And the uptrend is easier. Okay, can you guys see that this, this stuff is going down right here? Very easy. Like I said, drag your trend line and then connect two dots. Okay, oops. Connect two dots, 2 points, and then, just draw it out. It doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect. Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. If this stuff is looking hard, don't beat yourself up. Keep practicing. Practice makes perfect. Okay, so just, so once you see, your chart looking like this, just draw your trend line, and then you now identified, that this is an uptrend or this is a downtrend. If you have an uptrend, you know that you should be looking for buys, right? If you have a downtrend, you know that you should be looking for sales. Very simple stuff. Very, very simple stuff. Does this make sense to you guys? Are we together, guys? Are we together? Michelle's like my favorite on this call right now. You guys understand uptrend, downtrend? Okay, awesome. I want to wrap this real quick. Okay, so you've identified your trend. One, you've identified support resistance. Two, so you already have, like, your, need to delete this stuff. Oh, hang on, before I delete it, let me take a screenshot and send it to you guys so you guys can have the visual. Okay, let me do this. Okay, copy. See. Okay, let me drop in the chat and someone can just copy and paste, in the group or something. Yes, Amaka. Yeah. Not necessarily, W's and M's, right? But yeah, if that's how, that's how you like to see it to make it easy for you, then yes. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right. Like I said, make the charts very friendly so that, it just makes life easy. Don't make it too hard. It's not so hard. Okay. Did someone get this? Just copy the link and okay. So I can go ahead and delete everything that I have here. Delete. Okay, let me just leave them. Okay, so now for this one, right? This guy is reversing, right? So at this point it was slightly going down, but I think generally it was consolidating. So when the market is consolidating, it's doing like sideways, you know, it's doing sideways. It's just going, up and down and up and down and up and down. No clear direction. But for something like this, can you guys see? I have a very good visual representation of what a downtrend looks like. Can you guys see this stuff? Let me use this arrow. Yeah. Can you guys see this downtrend right here? Okay. This guy went here. Can you guys see this downtrend? Can you see this? So this is what a downtrend should look like, right? Right here, this is what an uptrend should look like. Right here, this is what an uptrend should look like. Only Amaka can see it. That's weird. Okay, this is what an uptrend should look like. Right here. Oopsies. Guys, never mind. Right, this is what an uptrend should look like. Okay. Train your eyes to see this stuff, guys. Train your eyes to see. Can you see? This is what an uptrend should look like. So it keeps going that way, and then when it gets to a certain level, reverses, starts coming down. But right here, there's no clear picture of an uptrend or a downtrend, right? So what will work for us here is support resistance, which we already draw. Okay, so to find my entry, I like to go down to smaller time frames, like the 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. That's where I like to find my entries. Now, how you can find your entries is based on candles. I saw someone dropped Candlestick Bible yesterday in the chat, in the group chat. Thank you so much. Excuse me. Okay, so dummy, it doesn't matter what candle you're seeing, downtrend, red and blue candles, red and green candles will always form. It doesn't matter anyway. You're also always gonna see red, green, because this is a market for buyers and sellers, So, you're always gonna see buyers, you're always gonna see sellers. It doesn't matter. What you need to do is identify the higher highs and the higher lows for an uptrend, and then the lower highs and lower lows for the downtrend. If you're able to identify that, you can tell if it's a downtrend or an uptrend. Don't bother yourself with the candles. You need your candles for your entry, right? That's what you need your candles for your entry. Don't pay attention to the candles that are forming at the point where you're trying to identify the trend. Does that make sense to you, Dummy? You don't need that. You don't need that. Green and red candles will always form anyway. Be it downtrend or uptrend, always gonna form. Awesome. Okay, now what you need your candles, delete this stuff. What you need your candles for, where you want to learn, candlesticks, is for your entry, right? Because now that you've identified your support resistance, you now know, okay, then your question is, at what point will I enter, right? That's the question everyone, likes to ask. Where will I enter, Sylvia? Where will I click sell or buy, in my MetaTrader 4? Now, let me draw this area of support resistance for you guys again. You guys can see it. Okay, so at this point, we have support, okay, right? Price resting here. At this point, we have what? Who's that? Who's that smart? That smart person that'll tell me we had support here. Same line right here. What's this, guys? Let me give a shout out to the first person who gets it. Awesome, Dami. Kudos to you. Awesome, awesome, Michelle. Resistance. Now, guys, notice something. This same line was previously a support, now a resistance. Okay. At this point as well, resistance right here. Oops. Delete. Okay. Don't, it doesn't, I mean, it's not necessary that, you know, it's perfectly touching the line. That's why you have your, what we call your zones. You can draw. No, actually, delete this. You know, you can draw this zone, you know, so not compulsory. It's not compulsory that it touches the line exactly. It's just, it's an area, it's a zone, right? From your academy, you know, you must have learned about zones. If you're plugging into Christopher Derek's session, he talks about these zones, guys. Sleep on IML TV or Go Live, it's the same thing. Sleep on it, learn this stuff. So it's a zone, it's a level, it's an area, whatever you want to call it. All right, so right now you can see that price is at this same level, right? It can either do two things, right? It's probably going to reverse, keep going up, or it's going to come down, right? Now, remember, this is a strong level of, you know, support resistance. Remember, I told you before, when you have up to 3 touches, it's a confirmed level of that you should pay attention to. You've had 1 touch here, 2 touches, 3 touches. Right now, that price is currently at that level. It's not the time for you to click on buy or sell. It's not the time. You've only, you only have 1 confirmation, right? So how, when should I buy? When should I sell? This trade is not ready. This is where your patience, you know, this is where you need patience to know when to buy or know when to sell. This is where you need patience, right? Don't get your MetaTrader 4 right now and click on buy or sell. You're in the middle of a fight. Where the candle closes is when we're going to know if we should buy or sell. So remember, this is the 1 hour chart. If you're not patient enough, go down to 30 minutes. This candle right now, you have about 3 minutes 14 3 minutes 14 seconds for this candle to finish forming. If you're a Dr. Cathy student, shout out to Dr. Cathy, she's killing the game. If you're a Dr. Cathy student, you know that she always says, you know, we have 2 more minutes for this candle to form, for a new candle to form. You have 2 more minutes. If you're on a session, you hear her say stuff like that. This is exactly what she means. This candle right here, you know, it's going to take another 2 minutes 47 seconds for another candle to form. So why don't you wait? Wait for the candle to finish forming. And when the candle forms, if it closes to the downside, you know that you should be getting ready for a sell. But if it closes to the upside and the next candle, you know, closes to the upside, you know that you should be buying this market. That's when you want to pick up your phone and click on buy, right? But you have to wait. Wait for 2 minutes. 2 minutes is not going to kill you, right? 2 minutes can turn your whole account red if you're not patient. So wait for the candle to close. When the candle fails to break to the downside, and then when the candle, you know, fails to break to the downside, and then it maintains staying on the upside, and the next candle, you know, is on the upside, right? The next candle starts forming to the upside. Get ready to buy, right? That's when you should be, you know, wanting to click on your buy. That's when you should be picking up your MetaTrader 4 and saying, I want to buy this market. I want to take, you know, I want to buy. Patience is key, right? Even your educators, our educators are always patient, right? So always wait. Yeah, yeah. Up Dr. Carthy. All right, so 2 minutes, this candle will finish forming, and then we will know if we're going to, you know, hop on the buy or hop on the sell, right? So wait for this thing. Always wait, guys. No need to rush. All right, so 2 things: it would either break to the upside buy, it would either, you know, come down sell. Now, how do I set my take profit? What I like to do is I like to find the next area This is the next area of resistance. Can you guys see this? Can you guys see the next area that I just drew out? This is the next area of resistance. Can you guys see this stuff? So if I am buying, this is going to be my take profit level. That's where I'm going to put my take profit, because that's the next level where it's possible that the market will reverse, right? So that's how to set your take profit based on your own trade. So if you enter at this point, let's say the market reverses and it starts going up, I'm going to set my take profit to, 133429, because this is the next level where the market might reverse. Can you guys see this? Can you guys see this stuff? All right, awesome, awesome. Now for your stop loss, if you're buying, for your stop loss, this is like, and this is the next level, that the market reversed. Let me zoom this in. Okay, right here, guys, right here is the next level where the market reversed. So you're going to put your stop loss to that level. So in case the market reverses, it will close you out at this level. Now let me calculate how many pips. Let's say for instance, I enter, if the next candle closes out here, and I enter here, from here to here, that's about, that's about um that's about 118 points, right? That's about 118 points. So to the downside, let me see. If it closes me out here, that's about let me see. So I'm showing you guys how to use the ruler. All you have to do is click on the ruler and then, pick out where you want to enter, and then drag it to the point where, you're looking to take profit. That's about 170 pips. Okay, that's about 170 pips. So if it comes to the downside and then it's coming to hit my stop loss, it will be about 120 pips. That's like literally almost 1-to-1, risk reward ratio. So I'm willing to make 170 pips, and then I'm willing to lose 120 pips. So based on your account size, you should not risk more than 1 to 3% of your account. That's when you know how to set your stop loss and your take profit. That's how I like to set mine. I don't like to go for over 1,000 pips and stuff like that, except you're trading indices. For indices, I love to just take signals from the experts. I'm still, learning how to take my own, trades for indices, right? But I'm leveraging on what the experts are giving to me, and I'm also doing my own analysis. So, pay attention. So, guys, can you see that this candle is going to the downside? But also it is not still the time to enter the market. Wait for it to close below, because this guy can reverse right here. Okay, so wait for the candle to close. If it closes below, enter for a sell on GJ. So you want to watch this out. You want to you want to see how this plays out, so that you can use that to practice for yourself as well. All right, so guys, if this candle closes to the downside, you can sell GJ maybe in the next 30 minutes when the candle closes, 26 minutes. If it closes to the downside, you can sell GJ and then take your profit at 135.35. So if it closes to the downside, you can sell GJ and then take profit would be 130.535. Okay, but if it closes to the upside, the take profit is going to be 133.429. Okay, so that's that for me tonight. This time has gone like really far. So we'll always we'll have another training by another top leader at the company tomorrow, really showing you guys the stuff, so you guys you really understand how to take your own trades. If you guys understood everything that I taught you guys tonight, drop some ones in the chat box. Let me know that you guys really understood everything. If you understood everything, drop some ones. Yeah, of course, assuming there's no news. Always pay attention to the news, right? You have your FX book. I think maybe someone that teaches tomorrow will show you guys how to check the news using FX book. Yeah, or any of, or maybe, yeah, just show you guys how to check the news. And who's eBig Trading? You can message whoever invited you to this call and ask them how much it would cost or whatever package you want to go for. Yeah, Michelle, this is my strategy. This is what I do. Yeah, this is what I do. So I already gave you guys the entry and everything. I told you if the candle closes to the downside, wait for it to close, and then you can enter for a sell. If it closes to the upside, wait for it to close, and then you can go in for a buy. Yeah, this is price trap. All right. So let me let you guys go to bed, and also I want to go to bed. So thank you guys so much for plugging into the call. Thank you, Katrina, as well, for putting me on. And make sure you guys practice this stuff. Make sure you're on the live sessions. Make sure you're on the live sessions, making money with Kathy, with Trade a Ton this week has been killing it. Make sure you're on the live sessions, making money. Make sure you're on the live sessions as well. Also learning, guys, very, very important. Marry your Go Live sessions, marry your academy. If you have any questions, oh yeah, 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 Canada is killing the game with coffee, right? So guys, make sure that you're using this product. You paid for the services. Make sure that you're using the product. So thank you, thank you, thank you for plugging in. I will see you guys. Share.